Hey y'all, it's Miss MK with Boys and Girls Club. So today I wanted to talk to you all about recycling. So recycling is taking some of our trash items and putting them in specific trash bins that can be taken to recycling plants and be processed into completely new materials. So why do I think that this is important? Well, where does all of our trash go? All of our trash ends up in landfills, and the more of it that keeps piling up there, the less room there is to hold any of it. And the more of it ends up getting into different parts of our natural environments, like our oceans, our forests, everywhere. And aside from the fact that we as people, I don't think, want to really be living in trash, it also pollutes the rest of our planet, and it makes it harmful for a lot of us to live in. So what I really wanted to do today was go through some recycling, because when I came downstairs today, there was a huge mess on my table. And I want to see if I can sort some things out so that way we can make sure that we get as many recyclable things out there, out of landfills as possible. Can we try and do that today? Let's check it out. So I've got all this trash here, but I've got a recycle side and a trash side. And now what we're going to do is try and see what kind of things we have on this table. So we know for sure that things like hard plastics, things that are very difficult to cut through, are all things that can definitely easily be recycled, which is fantastic. I'll put those things over here. And we know that things like aluminum and things that are made out of that very thin metals that we can go ahead and press together are also things that can be put into a recycle side. Now we have things like milk cartons. So this milk carton has a lot of things that may look like paper, which is also a very easily recyclable material. However, because of all of the different parts that are in this milk carton, it's made of things like plastic and paper and a couple other materials that are harder to separate into their natural sources. So we have to put that on our trash side because it's a thing that we can't really break down in order to put in a recycle spot. The same goes for styrofoam. A lot of things like to-go containers and cups are made out of styrofoam because they're easy to handle. However, they're not exactly the easiest to break down. So we unfortunately have to put these into trash as well because there are only so many sites and areas that we have around here that can break down styrofoam. Now we have things that are like cardboard. These are a paper-based product, so we can go ahead and flatten these down, making sure that's very important that your cardboard is flat, so that way it's easy to go through the recycling plants. So that can go there. And we also have things like paper and newspaper, which can go on that side as well. It's fantastic. And now we have things like this plastic. Well, we just said that plastics can be recycled, right? True. However, plastics that are super, super thin and crinkly like this, and that can be torn off with just a couple pieces and strokes nice and easily, have to be put into trash as well, because those are not easily recyclable, and they get stuck in a lot of the machines at recycling plants. And so I think our last thing right here is, you can hear, this is glass. So we have an aluminum top, or a metal top rather, and a glass-like body. These can also go into recycling, as those are things that can be processed pretty simply. It's one of the longest materials to break down in a recycling spot, but it's better than nothing. And so now, I'm going to back up and we see all of this. We have a couple materials on this side of the trash side that are really big and bulky. However, we've got so many more different items on the recycle side that can actually be reused again and reprocessed into making something new. So that's actually going to be a really good representation of what we can do to separate all of our trash. And the more we do that, the more we have a chance of making sure that those things don't end up in our natural spaces. So good job sorting it out today, you guys. Go ahead and try and show your family what you can do now. Make a big game of it. It can be really fun if you put your mind and your creativity to it. Good job and happy recycling.